that have created all of this is because of America.
That's true.
And so this is why I'm so happy to see firsthand that this is the greatest country in the world, and this is the land of opportunity.
You hear her in the back talking about that's true.
Oh my God.
I think it's on X. All right, I think I got it right here. All right, take a look at this. Take a look at this. Let me make sure I got the screen shared. Hold on. Oh, man. It's going to be one of them days. I can already feel it. It's going to be a make or break show. I can feel it.
You're an immigrant. You're an immigrant in this country. Yeah. Did you have a visceral reaction to what they're doing, what ICE is doing, when you see the videos of it?
Well, I tell you, you said that the immigrant, I'm so proud.
You see how she tried to set up the question? And I promise y'all I'm going to let it play. I may stop it 1 or 2 times, but I promise y'all I'm going to play it. She said, did you have a visceral reaction? You're an immigrant. Did you have a visceral reaction to these illegal immigrants as if they're one and the same?
Proud and happy. Well, I tell you.
A visceral reaction to what they're doing, what ICE is doing, when you see the videos of it?
Well, I tell you, you said that the immigrant, I'm so proud and happy that I was embraced by the American people like that. I mean, imagine I came over here with the age of 21, with absolutely nothing. And then to create a career like that. I mean, in no other country in the world could you do that. Yeah. Every single thing, if it's my bodybuilding career, if it's my acting career, becoming governor, the beautiful family that I've created, all of this is because of America.
That's true.
And so this is why I'm so happy to see firsthand that this is the greatest country in the world, and this is the land of opportunity.
You hear her in the back talking about that's true. Look at Whoopi. What does Whoopi want to say? The nerve of a lot of ungrateful Americans. See, this is why if America's so bad, one, why is everybody trying to come over here? Why are they risking their lives, risking the livelihood of their loved ones to come over here? And one, if it's so bad, if all these people complain that it's so bad, why are you still here? Newsflash, things may not get better. So if you think that things are terrible right now, they may not get better. This is it. This is America, bro. This is the country where everybody comes to. This is the country, the land of opportunity.
First and foremost, want to give a huge shout out to everybody that continues to tap in with us, like and subscribe and join our community. If you haven't already, please make sure that you do. We look forward to engaging in some dope combo with you that can help us all elevate. So like, subscribe, and maybe even share the video if you're feeling real generous. On that note, we'll let you get back to the video. See you soon.
Where you can go from your parents being a sharecropper to you being an attorney. This is that country. Stop allowing people to complain about this country in such a way where you start to not appreciate it as much. And the reason why I'm telling you to stop doing this is because when you don't appreciate an opportunity as much, it doesn't allow you to take advantage of that opportunity. Because you're so unappreciative of it. You're so like, man, this ain't that good. This ain't that good. Don't be the millionaire that's living on a block full of billionaires complaining about how poor you are because you only can see things through a perspective that's relative to your little bubble. That's what Americans do. Oh my God, things are so racist here. This is so bad. Stop it. Try going to some of these other countries talking about racism. In a lot of ways, look, we live in harmony in America. We live in harmony. All these different types of groups of people. And we think that, oh, because a George Floyd situation happens, or, oh, because a Rodney King situation happens, or, oh, because we're mad at OJ for killing the white woman. We think that these situations that occur every few years, and there's a uprising or a riot, we think that we're living in a destructive divisive country. The majority of America is living in harmony. You can go down the street, you go to school. I think about my school experience growing up in Montclair. You grow up with all different types of kids. Nobody's battling over race. It's the adults that put that stuff into our heads. It's the adults that end up watching too much damn cable TV. The adults that allow their experience in life to tarnish them. So therefore they take on this victimhood as if things are happening to me. This is why I can't get ahead. This is why I don't have the success that all these other people have. You start playing the blame game and you start passing on that trauma to the next generations. Now we're growing up thinking that, oh, this is racist. We're seeing it through the same lens that y'all saw it through. Rather than seeing the glass 90% full, we're worried about the glass being 10% empty. That is the world that we live in through this privileged and spoiled American life that we all have the opportunity to live. See, that's why other people come to this country and get busy. That's why all these African nations, the Nigerians, you got people from all over Africa, you got people from India, you got people from all over coming here, taking advantage of the opportunities because they don't care about the racism. They don't care. Oh, somebody doesn't give me opportunities because I don't look like them. Okay. I guess that's an opportunity for me to work with the people that do look like me. But instead, they're not begging people who the same people that we say oppress us, please change this. Please level the playing field. Please do all these things. And here we beg so much, they ended up giving us stuff. And if you look at when they started giving us stuff with the social programs, that's when things started to go downhill the most. Oh, the country tried to make up and level the playing field. They had such great intentions. They gave us welfare programs because we can't compete with everybody else. They gave us DEI. They gave us all these affirmative action. They gave us all these things, right? That benefited a few people. But what did it do to the overall people? Incentivize people to not get married, incentivize people to stay in the same projects that their parents grew up in. Incentivized us to not go out and get things on our own because we have this cushion of assistance that we can always rely on. This does not work in any other area of our life, but we think it's going to benefit us in this one. And why? Oh, well, we deserve it. We deserve it. We were conquered. We were conquered. We were conquered and we're able to live on the land that we were conquered. And one of the reasons why we're able to live on the land that we were conquered, we lost a war. One of the reasons why we're able to live on this earth or this country in harmony is because a whole bunch of people that we complain about when it comes to white supremacy, right? White supremacy, a whole bunch of those people have been the only people on the planet that have been willing to risk their lives to do anything for Black Americans. I've said this before. I didn't see a whole bunch of people in the Caribbean or people from African nations coming over and riding boats over to come save us from slavery. Some of the nations that even knew it was going on because they were some of the people that sold us in the first place, working with Portugal, working with all these other people that brought slaves to the Americas. I didn't see all these other people who came to save us. I didn't even see enough Black people standing up from the research that we've done, what's taught to us. The fake quote with Harriet Tubman, I freed thousands of slaves. I could have freed thousands more if they even knew they were slaves, right? Isn't that, y'all know the fake quote. I'm saying fake because I don't know if it's real or not, but a lot of people say that it was just made up, but it sounds pretty truthful. When you look at what's going on right now, because a lot of people still to this day continue to choose to be slaves. But why can we live in this world? Who stood up and decided to take arms? Who decided to risk their lives? I didn't hear too many Nat Turner rebellions. I'm sure there were a lot more than we've heard about. But Nat Turner was the exception. That riot went on for what, a day or 2? The rebellion? Now, you can sit here and say that they did it for whatever reason. Cool, I'm not arguing that. I'm not saying that people just did it for black people. I'm not saying that at all. But who else has been willing to risk their lives for any benefit when it comes to black people besides Americans? If you give me a group of people, please write it in the comments. Who has stood up for us? And I'm not talking about standing up for us as we frontline the civil rights battle and you got a few people on the fringes who are either running the organization like the NAACP while the black people frontline it, but the white people created it and run it. I'm not talking about that. Who here has been willing to stand on the front lines and risk sending their kids off to die for black Americans? We are entitled because these people gas us up to think that we are worth more, that we deserve more. Maybe worth more too, who knows? You're worth what you earn, right? People gas us up to think that just like they gas up these migrants, the same people that gas up black people to be victims are the very same people that gas up these illegal migrants, people that come into the country illegally. They gas you up to think that you have a right to be here. Protesting America with a flag from a country that you're claiming that you fled because that country was so bad.
And I think because I'm such a proud American and a proud immigrant that came to America, I was asked to do...
Hold up, Unc. Hold up. Shout out to Shy in the building. Unc said, hold on. Now you got to think, not everybody chooses how their life is going to end up, successful or a house servant. Some people do not have that choice. Boog, what up, Boog? So I want to repeat these words. Hold on now. You got to think not everybody chooses how their life is going to end up, successful or a house servant. Some people do not have that choice. Unc, who doesn't have that choice? You got that choice. I got that choice. Who doesn't have that choice? This is the problem. Now you're trying to justify something with the exceptions. I don't know anybody who doesn't have that choice. Somebody give me a name. Somebody raise their hand and say, I don't have a choice in whether or not I'm successful or not. Somebody, I'm going to wait for somebody to answer the question. Unc, you the one that said it. Who didn't have, Unc, I hope you're not talking about the movie Straw. Yo, people that say that they have no choices, it's such a weak mentality. It's such a, Unc, are you crazy? The woman that was in that movie didn't have the choice. You lost everything because a cop ran into her. Unc, she had a choice with who she slept with. She had a choice with who she decided to open up her legs to and ejaculate in her and have a baby with her. She had that choice, right? To put her in a position to where now she's struggling and can't take care of her daughter. She had a choice to decide who she's going to have a baby with, right? She had a choice to decide where she's going to work. She had a choice to decide what she's going to commit to. This is bullshit, Unc. And you're pandering. You are pandering. Who doesn't have a choice? And you know what's so funny? Think about this. I asked for an example of people that don't have choices, and Unc brings up a Tyler Perry movie. Just think about it from that standpoint. And look at what he does. Look at what Unc does, pandering. Come on now, you know them women that will fall for a nickel if you tell them it was a dime. Unc, the nerve of you. And see, women will hear that and think you're standing up for them, but what you're really doing is saying that women are stupid. And that's a choice. If you want to be stupid, if you want to make dumb decisions, that's your choice. Unc, what are you talking about? This is insane that we put. Let me get back to it. I asked for an example of people that don't have choices. And Unc brings up a movie role from Tyler Perry. He brings up a movie role. If y'all saw the movie, it's so over dramatic and exaggerated and just plays into every single type of stereotype that you can imagine, the most extreme versions of it. And that's the version that Unc brings up. Unc, tell me somebody in your life. Tell me somebody in their life who doesn't have choices, or somebody tell me somebody in this group chat who doesn't have a choice whether or not they're successful, who it's not your decisions. This is the weak mentality that a lot of us have had passed down to us. This is real generational trauma. When you grow up thinking that your success is not up to you or not. We are living in America. Somebody can literally you can open up a business today. We got artificial intelligence now. You can literally go on AI and have a website up. You can order t-shirts from China for the low, or you can go to New York and grab the t-shirts, go get a screen printer, put the label on the t-shirt and have a t-shirt company for less than $500. And we're talking about we're oppressed. Let me see what Unc wrote. I'm 60. I've seen that happen in real life, not to point to where the girl ended up getting blown up in a bank. Tell me their name, Unc. Don't tell me you've seen it, man. Tell me who in your life. Everybody's seen some. Oh, I saw that happen. I saw that. Who did it happen to that's close to you? And that's the thing. When you see something from afar, it's totally different. People in your real life, your family, your sisters, your brothers, your aunts, your uncles, you know damn well that the reason why a lot of them are or aren't successful is because of their decisions. Anybody can look at a situation from afar. Oh, yeah, I've seen that girl. I've seen something like that situation growing up in the Bronx. I saw something like that. It's decisions. And if you grow up in a shitty environment, if you grow up with a shitty upbringing, a lot of those decisions are the decisions that your parents made. But you can't just live in those decisions and use that as a blanket or an excuse to why you don't become successful moving on. At a certain point, when you're 20, maybe, how about when you're 30? How about when you're 40? Can you go to Barnes and Noble, read a book, learn something, educate yourself? Can you do all these things? I just interviewed a cat he's about 30 years old right now. He was 22 years old. We're dropping this interview. Shout out to Brandon Stanley. We do our two peas on the pod show. We usually drop the episodes on Thursdays. We just interviewed a young man who was facing over 100 years in life. They offered him a plea of 25, and he had a public defender, and he decided to take his own life, and he decided to put his life in his own hands by representing himself as a 22-year-old locked up. Ended up, what I would say, beating the case, got 5.5 years, represented himself. His plea was 25. He was facing over 100. That man got out, did his 5.5. I can't wait till y'all see the interview, because when you see him, everything is up. Everything is an opportunity for him. He appreciates everything. He was talking about a cup of coffee as if it was some like lean or something like that. And I say that in a way where it's like, you see a lot of people love their lean. He's like, I got my high off of coffee. Because he has a different appreciation for life now. Now, a lot of people getting out of his situation could say, yo, my life is over. I'm a felon now. I served 5.5 years. I'm behind. I grew up in the hood. I don't have a support system. They can make any excuse that he wants, but his mentality is, nah, it's up. Literally, yo, when he was talking about the 5.5 years that he had to serve, even him going into the situation, he's like, yo, I was facing that. I'm finna walk, yo, literally word for word. He was talking about 5.5 years. I'm about to walk that down. I started crying. I'm like, yo, dude has an entirely different mindset. And that mindset is what has helped him become successful now that he's not locked up. Everything is decisions and choices. Some people have harder decisions and choices to make. That's life. So what? Some people are born and they grow to be 6'5". other people are 5'11" and try to make it to the NBA and try to make it in professional sports. It's going to be maybe a lot harder than somebody that's 6'8". It is what it is. This is, oh my God, bro. I just don't know. Yo, this is what I've learned, and we're about to move on. What I've been learning more and more is that people can create whatever narrative in their minds to justify however it is they want to feel. We're seeing this happen with Iran and Israel and Palestine. We see this happen in our day-to-day lives. Whatever. You remember that old saying where it's like, whether you think you can or you can't, you're right. People will justify anything. You can come up with whatever narrative. You can come up with a story in your mind. You can come up with a movie scene like Unc just brought up. I'm asking a question about real life, and well, Taraji P. Henson in Tyler Perry's movie, she didn't have many children. What? All right, let's move on. It's Dak. Just want to thank you for checking out our video and visiting the OG Network. If you enjoyed the video, please make sure that you give us a like. And if you're looking to join a community of inspired individuals striving for purposeful abundance, subscribe. And if you're feeling real generous, share the video with some friends and family. All right, I'll see y'all soon. Ew.